Here we are then. So we're live with today's training, how to earn £5,000 per month with remote sales. But let me tell you this, this is not a get rich quick scheme. So if you're looking for that type of thing, this probably isn't for you. Over the next 90 days, this is going to be a full guide. My name's Callum Weber. I'm the Sales Growth Club co-founder with my business partner, Jordan, who is also the co-founder with myself. And I want to just dive into this training before I even do it. The question is, who is this for? Well, if you're looking to land the best remote sales opportunities in the market without having years and years and years of remote sales experience, but you know you have what it takes, this is for you. If you're sick and tired of getting underpaid for what you're worth, which has given you no motivation and drive, and deep down you know you're an entrepreneur, this is for you. If you feel trapped, you're sick and tired of seeing other people make money online and living the lifestyle that you want, this is for you. And if you're done being worked to the bone with no fulfillment from it and you want to unlock time, location, and financial freedom, this is for you. But who is this not for? Well, if you're not willing to commit to going all in, if you're that type of person that when you go to the swimming pool, you put your toes in, you're a toe dipper, this is not for you, okay? If you're looking for quick fixes, like I mentioned earlier, a get rich quick scheme, instant gratification, then this is not for you because sales is a challenging skill to learn. It's going to take years and years and years of working hard on that skill, of putting the reps in, of showing up. But let me tell you this, I've been in sales for 8 years. It is the most life-changing skill that you can possibly learn, and it's a skill that isn't going to get replaced by AI. So if you are looking for quick fixes, this is not for you. If you're not ready to commit to mastering remote sales and by doing that, you need to put the reps in. It's not the case of just doing it for 1 month and instantly you're going to be making 10 grand per month. That just isn't the case. Okay. If you're fine with being stuck and you want to play it safe and stay comfortable and stay in the rat race, then this is not for you as well. So before we even dive into this, like one of my philosophies, I have a very holistic approach to sales. And I believe that everything's energy. We are energy, right? Okay. We're like over 60% water. And if you look at water, water is energy. So when you have a sales transaction with someone, you're exchanging, you know, when you walk into a room and you can sense a room, you can sense an energy. It's the same in sales. When you walk into a sales call, the person you're speaking to, the prospect, they can sense your energy. And that's why it's so important to get yourself into a higher state, a higher frequency, because when you're in that higher state, that good energy, you're going to get better results. So how do you even do that? You use an energy hack. Okay, some examples that I can share with you. So if you've got your notebooks, I strongly recommend having a notebook, making sure you take notes. If not, rewatch this again and make sure you're taking notes. So one thing is a gratitude journal. Like, what are you grateful for? It can be so easy to go on social media and see other people living this amazing life that you think that you want, as an example. And by doing that, yes, you can use that as motivation, but then you're not being grateful for what you currently have right now. You know, just being grateful for the fact that you're alive right now. Being grateful for the fact you get to watch this training completely for free. I've invested over £50,000 into mentors. I've been in the game for 8 years in the sales industry, and I'm going to be diving into some powerful training for you today completely for free. That's something to be grateful for. What's your deep purpose for selling? Is it just money, or is there a deeper reason why you want that money? Is it because you want to retire your family? Is it because you want to travel the world? Like, what is it that you want to do? So, gratitude. Number two, movement. Like, how do you feel after you lift weights? How do you feel after you go on a run or martial arts, stretching, or you go on a walk and listen to a podcast like the Sales with Callum podcast or the Freedom Lifestyle podcast that I used to run? Like, how do you feel after you do that? You feel good, right? It increases your energy. You increase your endorphins, your happy hormones. You know, you feel more confident because you're doing something good for your body, right? Number three, mindfulness. Like, how do you feel after you do some meditation or walk in nature or breathing exercises? The spa, you know, when you go to the spa, you go to the sauna or cold plunge, or if you don't have access to that, have a cold shower. You know, how do you feel after you do that? You feel good, right? You increase your energy. And these energy hacks, if you implement these every day, like in the morning at Sales Growth Club, we've got a remote sales brotherhood and we all win the morning together. When you start winning in the morning, you're going to start winning the day more. And when you start using energy hacks before you appointment set, or before you go and close deals, or before you try and land a role, if you do an energy hack before you do that, I can guarantee you you're going to make more money. I can guarantee you you're going to get better opportunities, and I can guarantee you you're actually going to be happier because you're going to feel good, you're going to feel energized. You know that them times when you get run down and then you're so grateful for being healthy again because you forget when you're run down and you can't do anything, you forget how important it is to feel good, to feel energized, to feel healthy. And it's the exact same. If you can feel healthy and energized in sales, plus if you've got the right skills and the right knowledge and you've got the right community with you, like you can get really good success in the remote sales space. You just need to have the right knowledge, you need to implement, you need to be in the right community, and you need to make sure that you're feeling good, you're feeling energized, and you're feeling healthy. Them four components, and you're going to have a very successful career in remote sales, and then likely move on to them becoming a business owner. But I just want to share a little hack that I use right now, and it's gonna help me doing this training for you right now, is to literally clap. You know, if you're in back-to-back calls all day and you haven't got the time to go on a walk or go to the gym, there's this hack that you can do to increase your energy, like right now. Okay. So my question to you, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're in really, really low energy right now, or 10 being you're high off life. Like, what are you? Be honest with yourself. Okay. Are you a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Are you at a 10? Okay. And now I want in the countdown of 3, I am going to show you something to increase your energy. And that is literally just clapping. Like clap as loud as you can, okay? Use that to increase your energy, okay? So 3, 2, 1. Let's have it. Let's go. Let's get into this. Let's dive into this. So if you just did that right now, if you were driving, I wouldn't suggest doing it, obviously, but I can guarantee you've increased your energy just from clapping, okay? So let's dive into the training. So the truth, you know, there's some disadvantages for people trying to land the best offers in the remote sales space. And I'm just going to list off a few of these. So there's a lot of people that are trying to find get rich quick solutions to winning in remote sales. But the reality of it is, sales is a skill that wasn't taught at school. I studied business at GCSE. If you're from the UK, you'll know what GCSEs are. I studied business at A levels, and I actually did 3 years at university studying business. Sales wasn't mentioned, yet sales is the number one reason why businesses fail. So many startup businesses actually fail due to a lack of sales, yet they're not teaching sales at university, at business university. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's the reason why sales isn't a get rich quick scheme, because sales is a skill that's going to take a lot of time, a lot of practice, a lot of knowledge, a lot of implementation, a lot of mindset work, a lot of internal work to make sure that you're going to be an A player in sales. It's not an instant thing. There will be some people that are more natural than others, but this is where a lot of people go wrong, is they're looking for that shiny object. But you've got to work on you. You've got to work on yourself. Number 2, some people try and do it all on their own without the right network and knowledge. You know, like it took me years to invest into mentorship. Like, I wish I invested into mentorship when I first started out in sales. I just did it all on my own. Luckily for me, I was out in Mallorca as an events rep. I had a great team around me of people that were in sales. So that did really help me. But it wasn't until I transitioned into high ticket sales. I went from event selling that were like 40, 50, 60 euro events to high ticket sales in the solar panel industry, selling 10, 15, 20 grand. My biggest deal I closed was a 25 grand solar panel and battery system. Like going from 50 euros up to 25 grand was a big difference. And I realized that I needed mentorship in order to get me to the right level and the right skills and the right mindset work in order to have the type of success that I wanted to have in high ticket sales. Another thing is focusing too much on escaping the life that you have. Yes, it's important to be motivated by the life that you want, but what you don't want to do is fall into the trap of trying to escape. Because what happens there is you're not going to be in a good energy. You're going to be in a very low frequency, a very low energy, and you're going to be focusing too much on the negatives rather than focusing on the desire, focusing on the life that you're going to create. But remembering, if I go back here, to focus on what you have right now, the gratitude of the life that you have right now. Because we're not guaranteed tomorrow. We're not guaranteed next month, next year. And that's why it's so important to be grateful for now, the present moment, because the present moment is all we really have. Yes, it's important to look at the future, to get excited about the future, but all we really have is the present moment. But look, where was I before I started sales? Well, 8 years ago was when I started sales. But before that, like rewind back to school, that was me at school. I had no confidence. I was very shy. I was very awkward at school. I never thought that I'd end up interviewing millionaires and multimillionaires, investing over 50K into mentorship. I never thought I would do any of that. The last thing I thought I'd do was get into sales because I didn't have any confidence. But I got an opportunity to go on a TV show called IB for Weekender on ITV, and all the reps that worked on there, they all worked out in a place called Magaluf in Mallorca. And they actually asked me on the TV show, would you ever go and be an events rep in like Mallorca or Zante or Ibiza? And I actually said no because I was at university and I didn't think that would be for me. But when I was at university I was looking around at loads of disengaged students, and the lecturer was like some old guy in his 70s that haven't even ran a business before. I was like, this isn't the route that I want to go down. This really isn't for me. So I booked a one-way flight out to Mallorca, and the rest was history. That's what got me into low ticket sales. But like I mentioned earlier, when I transitioned from low ticket sales into high ticket sales, I realized I had so much more work to do in order to have success. But fast forward now 8 years, I'm a high ticket sales trainer, specialized closer, but I have a very holistic approach to sales. So I focus a lot on energy. I focus a lot on your mind. I focus a lot on your confidence, your belief, because when you have the skills and the abilities, plus you're in the right energy and you've done the right amount of work on your mindset, you will become lethal. I've obviously gone on to invest over £50,000 into mentors, which I'm now going to get to share with you right now for free, which I'm so blessed and grateful that I can have this opportunity. So thank you, YouTube. I generated over 1.5 million in sales revenue within 2 years in high ticket sales. I've interviewed on the Freedom Lifestyle podcast, shout out. I interviewed six-figure entrepreneurs, seven-figure entrepreneurs, eight-figure entrepreneurs. I even interviewed Spencer Lodge, episode 31, who's a nine-figure entrepreneur. He's worth 100 million. I generated over 16 grand in 3 days with my business, and I've generated consistent five-figure months in both low-ticket and high-ticket sales. Why have I shared this with you? It isn't to boost my ego. It's just to share with you that I've gone from where I was back then with no confidence whatsoever, didn't have any sales skills before, wasn't learning sales on my business GCSEs, A levels or degree, to someone that's been able to get these type of results. Like, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay. And I'm going to now show you how to land a remote sales role earning 5 to 10K plus per month. But it's not a get rich quick scheme. Let me tell you this, but I'm going to break down exactly how to do that for you. Okay. So me and my business partner, Jordan, we have created the CEO seller system. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to outline the entire process, the A to Z of what I did for myself and my clients to accomplish these results. So you can literally steal my CEO seller system to achieve remote sales freedom. Okay. So what even is the CEO seller system? Well, the CEO seller system is about treating sales like you're running your own business. And it's something that, looking back over my 8 years, is something that every sales role that I've had, I've always acted like I'm the business owner. It's a mindset shift that gives you full control over your income, your time, and your life, leading to real financial freedom. And it's built on three core pillars. And we're going to be diving into these three core pillars now: mindset, relationship, and closing. Step number one, you have to think like a CEO. Like, if you don't think like a CEO, then you're just another number. You're just an employee. You're just in the 9 to 5, right? Whereas when you're a sales rep, most sales roles are commission only. There are some sales roles, like my business partner Jordan used to be on a corporate salary and he was earning 60 grand a year, which is a great corporate salary, but he was living in London and he didn't even end up with that much money anyway. And he felt trapped, he felt lost. So even though he had decent money, he wasn't able to travel the world. He wasn't able to work remotely. He was stuck in an office, okay? But when you're on that salary, you're not going to think as much like a CEO. Whereas for me, I've only ever been in commission only sales. I've been in low ticket commission, I've been in high ticket commission, both in person and also remote. And because I was on a commission, I could go out in a day and earn nothing. I could go out in a month and earn nothing, right? But I could also go out in a day, and my best day, I made just under £3,000 in commission from one deal. In 1 hour, I made £2,950 commission in just 1 hour from learning how to sell. But that was over years and years and years and years of work. But I treated myself like a CEO. And that's what you need to do. You need to act like you're the CEO, act like you're the business owner. Stop thinking like you're an employee, start thinking like you're an owner. This means taking full responsibility for your results. And I've seen this a lot in the sales space, in the business world. People blame things, blame the offer, blame the leads, blame this, blame that, blame the economy, blame the government. But why don't you just blame yourself instead? Why don't you just take full responsibility as if you're the CEO? Because the CEO usually gets a lot of the blame. So you wanna take the blame. You want to blame yourself, because when you blame yourself, you're taking ownership, you're taking control. And when you do that, you can be like, right, okay, I take responsibility. What am I going to do about it? Am I going to invest into mentorship to help me? Am I going to am I going to turn up to role plays more to get amazing at sales so I can easily overcome objections? Am I going to start building a personal brand and start marketing myself so I can start generating my own leads? So I'm not reliant on a sales company to get me leads. I'll go out and get my leads myself and I'll earn double commission. That's exactly what I've done, right? And when you do this, you're going to show up with high level of energy, high level of confidence, and leadership of someone who's in control. So that's step number one. It's thinking like a CEO. And when you do this, naturally, you're then going to move on to then wanting to have your own business. Like learning sales and becoming an A player in sales is like a stepping stone to then becoming a business owner. And if you're entrepreneurial like myself and like a lot of guys that are in sales, I can guarantee you that you're probably going to naturally want your own business in the future. So step number two, the millionaire networker. This was me. These are my two mentors, Liam and Lewis. I actually invested £30,000 into them two as mentors myself. Like some people think I'm crazy for doing that, but I think you're crazy if you don't do that. Like these two built a $25 million company in 3 years, and I've worked with them one to one. And because I did that, like Lewis invited me to his Netflix red carpet premiere for the Psychopath Life Coach, which got top 10 on Netflix. I got invited to that red carpet event in London. It was incredible. And it's because I've been an avid networker. Like I shared with you earlier, I ran the Freedom Lifestyle podcast where I've interviewed so many millionaires and multi-millionaires. And the reason I did that, I didn't pay for them. I didn't pay for them to interview them. I used my sales skills and my confidence to network with them, and I landed them on my podcast and I interviewed them. I literally got free mentorship. But not only that, my network is now insane because I went out there and I learned sales and I learned how to network. And this is what the top 1% of salespeople do. They network. They don't wait for luck. They don't wait. I see it online. People sell the dream of get into remote sales. You only have to work a few hours a day. You get your calls booked into your calendar and you just got to turn up and you got to make money, right? But the top 1% of people that are in sales and run a business, like they're not working a few hours a day. They're actually probably working more than they are in a 9 to 5, but they love it. But they absolutely love it, and they're going to make more money, and they also get that freedom where they can literally work from anywhere in the world. And the top 1% of salespeople, they create it through connection. They create it by building a powerful reputation, by becoming the kind of person that your clients are going to refer to you, that you're going to be able to land the best remote sales role because you're going to impress myself and Jordan so much that we're going to help you land roles using our connections. But I'm only going to like pass you my connections on to you if you're someone that's building good relationships, you're stepping up, you're taking risks, you're hungry. And when you do that and you become a millionaire networker, then naturally we're all going to become millionaires together. And I see these quotes of like, it can be lonely at the top. Well, let's all go to the top together. Let's all go to the top together. And when you network like a millionaire, every relationship that you build, it becomes a door to your next big opportunity. It might be a sales opportunity. It might be a client. It might be a referral, right? There's so many opportunities out there when you start to network and you get out of your small hometown mentality. And then step number three, the deal closer. You could be really good at building relationships. You could even think like a CEO, but it doesn't mean that you're a deal closer. It doesn't mean that you're going to make money. There are so many CEOs that go out of business, and the number one reason why businesses fail is due to a lack of sales. It's due to a lack of people being deal closers. So that's why this step is the most important step out of all three of them. And this is where you step into becoming an A player. You master the art of leading sales conversations with certainty, overcoming objections with ease, and closing high ticket deals without pressure, without sleazy sales tactics, just confidence, clarity, and control. So these are the three steps. So now let me show you how each of these steps will allow you to get the best remote sales role, earn between 5 to 10K per month plus remotely, and achieve time and location freedom. So you want to think like a CEO. So it's interesting. I had 65 podcast episodes on the Freedom Lifestyle podcast. I'm actually now running the Sales with Callum podcast as well, which is live on YouTube and also on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And that podcast is specifically about sales. But there was a direct correlation when I was interviewing the six-figure, seven-figure, eight-figure, nine-figure entrepreneurs. The majority of them actually started out in sales. The majority of these successful entrepreneurs, a lot of them had a sales background. So I just want to congratulate you for even watching this training right now, because it shows to me that you're an entrepreneur. It shows to me that you're thinking big, that you want more in life than this. You want more in life than being in the rat race, from just being another number, from earning just say your hourly rate. You show up for an hour, you do the bare minimum, and you get paid hourly. No, you want more than that. You're an entrepreneur. You've got that mindset where you're thinking bigger. That actually, no, I want to be earning thousands of pounds in an hour. That's the way you're thinking. So you have to think like a CEO, just like everyone that I interviewed on my podcast also did as well. And then naturally, they ended up becoming a CEO. Number two, the millionaire networker, right? Most remote sales reps, they're waiting around for the perfect offer. The perfect offer. You're not going to get the perfect offer by waiting around. You're not. You've got to create your own opportunities. You've got to create your own luck. You've got to get in the right networks, invested into mentors, putting the reps in, doing the work, win in the morning, showing up with high energy. Okay. And you're not just sat around waiting for calls to be booked into your calendar. You're not just an appointment setter waiting for the perfect inbound role. No. You're actually going out there, you're creating your own opportunities. You're becoming an A player. You're booking appointments and you're closing deals. You're a deal closer. And this means that you're not financially capped, right? Because most remote sales reps are financially capped because they're not in control. They're not in control. This is going to lead to misery. And by the way, I've experienced this myself in sales, where I used to blame the company, I used to blame the leads, blame the economy. That led me to misery. That led me to unhappiness. That led me to being on a financial and emotional roller coaster. And what most people in remote sales reps do is what I'm noticing is they're just offer hopping. They're offer hopping to a different shiny object. And I ask them the question, I go, how much are the top closers earning in the company that you're working for? And the amount of times that people say to me, like, yeah, 10, 15, 20 grand a month. And I'm like, and what are you currently earning? Yeah, like £1,000 or £2,000. So have you not thought that it's not the offer, it's actually you. It's actually you. And that's not me being brutal. That's just me just sharing the truth. Okay. So what does a millionaire networker do? Okay. They create their own opportunities. This was actually, I treated the lads that went through my first sales program, and I treated them all to a curry night, and it was incredible. The networking opportunities there was just amazing. But a millionaire networker gets in the right communities, right? They create their own opportunities. They have a list of warm potential clients always. You know, there's not instant gratification in sales. You want to build up your pipeline. The work you do today is going to pay you in a month's time, in 2 months' time, in 3 months' time. Okay, it's not always instant. And a millionaire networker, they focus on being a giver. Give, give, give. The more you give, the more you're going to get. The more you give, the happier you're going to be, the more energized you're going to be, the more money you're going to make. And by giving, like for me right now, I'm giving to you for free. I'm giving. Give, give, give. You know, you may never invest into myself, or you may invest into us. But I'm doing this because I just want to help. I just want to give. I just want to serve, and I just want to show. I want to help you make money. That is all I want to do, because I learned a skill that changed my life, and now I want to help you change your life with the skill of sales. And from me doing this, from me giving, 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 naturally will lead on to clients for our business. Naturally will lead on for us getting more referrals. Naturally, this is going to help me increase my reputation. But I'm doing this all for free. Okay. And that's what you want to do. If you want to become a millionaire networker, if you want to become an A player in remote sales, how can you give more? How can you show up more? Can you create content to help? Can you follow up your prospects and clients more than anyone else? Can you send personalized video messages to your to anyone that you want to land an offer with? Like, how can you give more than your competition and other people? So moving on to the final point is why most people aren't deal closers. There are so many remote sellers who can talk and they can sell, but they can't close. There's a big difference. There's a big difference between selling and closing. Some people can do the talk, can talk, but can they close the deal? Are they a deal closer? Because 1% salesmen, they know how to sell, but they also know how to close. They are deal closers. So how do you become a deal closer? Well, step number one is you have to sell yourself before you can sell. If you don't even believe in what you're selling, how on earth are you going to be able to get someone else to convince themselves of buying what you offer if you don't even believe it? And that's why I think it's so important to make sure that you're selling something that you truly believe in. Like, I truly believe in Sales Growth Club. I truly believe in me and Jordan's sales training. You know, Jordan trains remote appointment setters and I train remote closers. And when you can master both, you're going to be absolutely lethal. And because I believe in it so much, I find it easy to sell because I believe in it so much. Okay. And that's what you need to do. You need to believe in whatever you're selling. If you're just selling something that you don't believe in, then that's not morally right. Okay. Whereas when you can sell something that you truly believe in, like as an example, let's say you sell Audi cars. You're a car salesman for Audi, yet you drive to work in a BMW. It doesn't make any sense, right? Whereas if you are selling Audi and you're obsessed with Audi, you've had every car, like every year you get a new Audi, you're obsessed with it. All your family members have Audi. Like, you're going to be able to sell that Audi car so much more because you love it, because you believe in it, because you buy it yourself. And that's why it's so important for you to also believe in you as an individual. And that's why for me, like, I've invested over £50,000 into mentors because I believe in me. I back myself. And because I've done that so many times now, I'm able to help and coach myself because I've been coached so many times myself. And if you can back yourself and you can believe in yourself and you can invest into mentorships, then you're going to find high ticket sales so much easier than the guys that are in sales that are so resistant and so scared to invest into themselves. Okay. How else do you become a deal closer? You learn how to turn a cold lead into a client. And the way you do that is by building relationships, by being a millionaire networker, by giving a lot of value, by serving, by helping. And that is how you're going to turn a cold lead into a client, by building amazing relationships, finding out where they are, finding out where they want to be. And if you have that solution for them, you can get that deal closed. And finally, once you've done that, you've sold yourself. You've also built them a good relationship with them. You've networked with them. Now it's all about how do you confidently close a deal? What language do you use to close that deal, to land that offer? You know, what psychology do you use? How much confidence do you have when you're going in for the close? Are you scared of sharing the price? Are you scared of asking to land a role? Are you scared? Right? You need to be confident. You need to have purpose, certainty, and authority when you're closing deals. The CEO seller system is designed to help entrepreneurial men create freedom, to ensure that they not only make 5 to 10K per month, but they also create a purposeful life and you level up as a man. Our clients have proven how effective the CEO seller system has been to create more time, more location freedom, and more financial freedom.
Amen.
So
I hit
I just want to share with this with you quickly is
Amen.
Leif.
I hit
He actually went from my
Amen.
oh, there we go.
I hit my sales record last week with the most people I've signed up in one single week to join Ansol. My last personal best was 5 members in 1 week. In the last 7 days, I've had 15 signups in
Wow.
1 week, which goes from the monthly revenue went from 5 to 7K to more like 25 to 35K in additional to the monthly revenue.
Wow.
So
Wow. I just realized then as well, I'm literally wearing the same top. Shocking, shocking. I'm wearing the same top. That was Leif. And within a week, we actually helped him triple his sales. He went from 5 to 7K to over 25K after just 1 week where I trained with him. Just 1 week. Like that just shows that yes, it's not a get rich quick scheme, but if you've already got fundamentals of sales, then you're going to be able to get faster results. If you're already in sales and you want to increase your close rate, I'll be able to help you do that very fast. Whereas when you're new to sales, it is going to take you a bit longer. And we always recommend, me and Jordan, that if you're new to sales, you want to master appointment setting first, and then you want to transition into a closer. Because when you master both, you're going to be absolutely lethal. This is Callum Graham, who's actually now our sales leader at Sales Growth Club. He went from 9 to 5 in hospitality. I actually mentored him last year, and he then become a full-time remote closer. He then transitioned into the property industry, and he smashed it so much. He was beating company records that they ended up giving him a team of 10 sales reps for him to manage. He never done sales before. He literally went from hospitality full time into becoming a manager, a sales manager of a team of 10, which is just so cool for a 7-figure property company. Sam Hardy, he went from working in a warehouse within 3 months, within 90 days, he fully quit his role. He became a full-time closer in high ticket sales in the solar panel industry. He doubled his income, and recently he actually had a month where he made £11,000 in commission. That's his best sales month he's had. He went from someone that was working in a warehouse to making £11,000 in commissions in just 1 month. It is insane. Aaron Lopez, he went full time in the medical industry, went from full time in the medical industry to a full time sales rep. And that happened within just 2 months. He was one of our American clients. It just shows you can go from being in a 9 to 5 to a full time sales rep within 2 months. Okay. Jordan, obviously my business partner, he went from full time in corporate sales, earning £60,000 in a salary in a year in London, to becoming a full time remote sales high ticket closer. And then he smashed that, and then he moved into an agency owner, doing 5-figure months as an agency owner. And now I was one of Jordan's clients in his agency, and then we realized that me and him needed to join forces together, which is why we joined forces and started Sales Growth Club, because I could train closers, but I realized in the remote sales space that you need to know how to appointment set. But also, if you go on to become a business owner, you also want to know how to book appointments and close deals. Because I'll be fully transparent with you. One of my biggest challenges with my old business, Freedom Lifestyle, was consistently booking appointments because I didn't know how to book appointments. Hence the reason why I got connected with Jordan. I mentioned to you earlier that I interviewed a 9-figure entrepreneur. This is Spencer Lodge, episode 31. And I learned that in order to smash it in sales, you need to master building relationships. You need to master referrals. And when you do that, like Spencer said to me, that he just got the best in his sales company at asking for referrals. He started creating his own opportunities. He started acting like he was the CEO. And when you do that is when you're going to get such better results than everyone else in the industry. But look, thank you for investing your time. I'm grateful for you investing your time and your energy into this. You can sign up for a free live mastermind on how to master remote sales and create freedom. Like now you know how to land the roles, the 3 elements that you need. Now it's time to master remote sales and create freedom. That myself and Jordan, we're running a mastermind on exactly that. You can literally scan the QR code now, get your phone out and scan the QR code. If you're watching this training whilst you're on your phone, then check the description and there'll be a link that will take you to register for the mastermind on how to master remote sales and create freedom. I'm excited to see you there. I'm excited for you to go on your journey of mastering remote sales. Other than that, have an amazing day and I'll be seeing you on the next one. Hasta luego.